All right, what is up? How's everyone doing? What's up, Ross? We got Links Cater in the house, Flip Coins, Aaron, Kura, and Dave. How you guys doing? Yeah, I hope we are more productive for the next week. Journey to the Moon started. Did Arc Block move? I didn't see that. Turbo's trying to break out. Yeah, it's like we've been saying lately. These coins bottomed out, macro bottomed out, some are on the bottom, and it's time to go up. So we're slowly seeing it. ABT ripped. Let's look at Arc Block, I guess. Let's see if she's really ripping. Arc Block to the moon. Nah, she's up 30%. Let's go. That's what we like to see. Yeah, these coins are slowly waking up one by one. And it's good to see, that we pretty much caught the bottoms on some of these. It's time to go up. So keeping it simple on Arc Block. Well, let me go zoom back into the weekly chart. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of people asking for Arc Block today. High to the low on ABT. You're above the 382. So as long as you're above $1, you're bullish. It's getting stuck at the 0.5 right now at 137. So the top here is your 618. If it can get over about 185, then this thing's potentially going to break out even more. But you are bullish over $1. We'll see what happens on ABT here. But yeah, like I keep saying, these coins are slowly starting to go up again. What'd you say, the fib? And it bounced right off of 138. Yep. Nice to see some movement up. What's up, Darnell? How you doing? What's up, Rashad? ZBCN. Did she end up moving up more? Let's see. Oh, she's above the 618. Oh my god, I can't believe these coins are going already. Yeah, you got a 3-day candle finally closed over the 618, so this thing's looking good. Yeah, next stop up, as long as you're over the 0018, it's holding. It's about to spike up another 29-30% to 0024. And that's what we kind of said from back here. She's running up to make a higher high, and that looks like what she's doing. So as long as ZBEC is over that level, 2-4 is up next. Not looking too bad. Man, if I would have just bought ZBEC instead of Beam, I'd be in a lot better position than I am right now. Yeah, XCN, I looked at it earlier, did an update on it like I do every day. It's sitting right on the 3-2 right now, so it's trying to stay bullish. But it doesn't look bad. It's probably going to end up holding here. Just because looking on the larger time frames, the weekly, your simple move up, and it's holding, so you're forming this little bear bull flag. So XCN may be getting ready to move up again. And you're holding right over the 3-2 low to the high. Excuse me. So technically right now, short term, if you want to, yeah, short term, you are bullish over that 3-2 level. So XCN may be getting ready to run once it breaks through our red box over the 618 at 22. She's about to 3.5x out of here to 5.5 pennies. Dog is gonna take off. Yeah, I updated Dog and Me too. Dog and Me, it looks like it's breaking down. I don't think Dog and Me's taken off quite yet. Unless it gets back over, I think it's the 0.5, but we've been looking at it on pretty much every live stream waiting for, it to either break above the 382. It took out the 0.5 support. And that's what we've been pointing out. This move down, consolidation, it's probably a continuation pattern, and now we're starting to see it. So Dog and Me's not taking off quite yet. Unless you clearly get back over 4.8 up to 5. you're going to get this thing on discount all the way down here, more likely than not. So another 22% drop, maybe a 27% drop. But it's clearly, it looks like it's breaking down below our pattern here, continuation pattern. But the overall dog and me chart is very bullish, so it's gonna come down and put in a higher low again, and then it'll go up. But yeah, dog and me is a good one. All the coins are in circulation pretty much. I think it's a 34 million market cap, so when it shoots out of here, it's just gonna rocket to a penny and a half. Test the top here, 36x from where it is now. And like I said, if it comes down, it's gonna change. You get more near a 50x. ETH is slowly creeping up. Can ABT hit $1.25 this afternoon? Arc block. Yeah, is there anything else running or moving? Can we hit $1.25? He says. Where did it go to? Oh, it already hit $1.40. Yeah, I mean, it's already wicking above the 618 high to the low, so we'll see what happens here. As long as you're over $1, you're bullish, like we said earlier. And then we pull this up to here. Yeah, as long as you're over $1, you're bullish. 135 once we break that. So it may be doing what all the other coins are doing. Once you get over the 3.2, the 618's coming into play. As of today, there's no telling. I mean, here on the weekly chart, we just had a bullish cross on the MACD. Green candle just spawned in. So it's probably got more room to the upside here. But I can't tell you if it's going to happen today or not. As we know, these coins are moving slow. Slow and steady. Ethereum. Yeah, and that's what we've been saying on Ethereum too. Ethereum bottomed out. It hit the 618 and bounced. All these candles held. It looks like the Bitcoin pair bottomed out. Low to the high, you're over the 618. So yeah, ETH looks good here. I think that was the bottom on ETH. It'd be nice if it started just running, but it's slowly starting. Yeah, that's clearly the bottom on Ethereum. It's moving because Arc Sphere was released today, over 9 million in volume. Is that why it's running? Yeah, I feel the same. I wish I could afford some Ethereum too. I wish I could afford anything. I have nothing right now. Turbo is loading. Yeah, this is what we looked at in the last couple of live streams. You know, the weekly stock RSI on Bitcoin, or the MACD is curled up. It looks like we're about to get a decent little run here. What am I looking at? Oh, Turbo. Yeah, some of these coins have already been running a little bit. And if Bitcoin starts to take off here, then Ethereum, and then we'll get some of these coins with some good moves. Yeah, you're macro bullish on Turbo. It had the move up off of the bottom. Yeah, these coins are getting primed and ready. They look like they're all, not all, but yeah, once this one gets through the 618, she's holding up nicely though. Once it gets over 5.8, And it's off to the races probably. How does Cheems look? What is Cheems? Cheems. I've heard of that one before. I don't know if we've looked at it ever. Ain't that a cat? Cheems. May have to look at it on deck screener. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let me go to deck screener and look at the Cheems chart. But yeah, the whole market looks the same. Everything's following Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin rips, just be prepared. All right, let me pull up deck screen and let me find Cheems. Yeah, tell me where Cheems is. What Cheems are you talking about? There's a Solana one. There's a Binance one. An Ethereum one. Yeah, just tell me which one it is. Okay, Binance meme coin. I gotcha. So I guess it's this one, 5 zeros, one. Okay, yeah, we've looked at this one before. We have a chart. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Cheems is curling up. It's been curling up. Macro higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, Cheems is just a chart here that looks like it's just going to take off. 80,000 holders. Oh, that's a dog, not a cat. Yeah, you hit the 1272 new high from the high to the low. It ran all the way up there, got stuck, pulled back, held the 786. Pretty much just held the macro support area like everything else did. You can clearly see that. That was your top. If you don't include the 2 wicks, hit that, and then it's time to go up. So Cheems here, let's see. Yeah, all I can say is Cheems is at 5 zeros 1, so eating a zero coming up to the top here. 4 zeros 4 is a 28x. And then let's just take that off for a moment, reset this. And then short term on Cheems. Yeah, it's got an overall bullish chart, so there's nothing wrong with Cheems here. You're just over the short term. Let's see, let me pull it down just a hair. Yeah, if it can stay over 50152, then you're bullish. And then clearly, excuse me, once it breaks this 0.5, excuse me, where all this resistance is, then it's really going to take off. And short term high on Cheems would take you up here and 5025 and do a 65% move. But it doesn't look horrible. Double bottom again with a higher low. It looks bullish. Yeah, these coins are about to start taking off, man. It's hard to watch when you don't have any money in the game, man. It's a good community, plenty of wallets and holders. Yeah, Cheems is going to take off out of here at some point. Like I said, it doesn't look bad at all right now. TARS AI. ABT stopped at your average cost. Been the story for me DCAing the whole time. It'll go up. I mean, it'll go up past that at some point. At some point, it'll just be going straight up. TARS AI. You guys that have been DCAing and loading your bags, you're going to make it. What is TARS doing? Yeah, we've been looking at TARS a lot lately. TARS will run when Solana runs. It had a V-shaped recovery, and that's it. Came right up to the 618. We pointed this out in every live stream we do now. Once it gets through the point 0.5, anywhere from 10.8 up to 15.5. Once, if it gets over 15.5, then this thing's going to take off, in my opinion. Low to the high, you're holding the double 382. So as long as you're over 7.3 up to 7.5, you're bullish still. Just a simple strong move up, pull back, consider it a bull flag, and then as long as you hold the 382, it's bullish and potentially setting up for another move. Just, be prepared. It could, if it breaks the double 382, then it's probably coming down here and it's going to set up for a double bottom, a large double bottom with a higher low. As you can clearly see, it'll move up and then it'll move down and then it'll probably hit the 618.236 down here at 4.7, and then that's when it goes to the moon. That's what I keep saying. High to the low, 618. We're not bullish yet, so some of these coins aren't just taking off yet, but they're setting up to. It's like the chart knows, the price action knows what's coming. So these things are putting in the formations they need to. What's up, David? Do air swap, AST. AST to the moon. What is she doing? Air swap. It's got the same exact chart. What is that? Yeah, you're holding over the macro 382 at 5.9 or 6 pennies pretty much. As long as you're holding here, you're bullish still. So it has the same exact chart. We have the weekly stock RSI crossing bullish, just printed a green volume candle. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, they don't have to come down and put in the higher lows. They're holding over the 382, 4.9, pretty much 5, and then 6, you're bullish. But if it does end up coming down, air swap, it'll do the same thing the other coin we just looked at. Possible 618 retracement. But yeah, they're pretty decent moves down. But like I said, it's not alt season yet. And these coins aren't going to go to the moon yet. So maybe they're just gearing up. They're holding bullish right now. But maybe, we see this downside move and then we go up. But the only thing we can say is it's holding bullish over the double 382. The stock or the MACD starting to curl up here. If the MACD can cross bullish and get above 50, then it'll probably start going back up. But it's probably another coin that tagged the 618 and got stuck. High to the low. Yeah, right into the 618. Smacked into it and it's over. So just watch this 594 level. Any lower than that, then it's just going to come all the way back down here and put in that structure, like I said. And then air swap to the moon. Yeah, it doesn't look horrible when you zoom out. I mean, look at that. That came all the way back down to the bottom. That had to be the bottom. But like I said, shorter time frame, it could pull back a little bit more and go, but it's looking good right now. It's holding the macro, bottom is in, it's over the 382, so it looks good. And then this thing, 786 retracement, more likely than not, very possible. At your 10x up to 62. And where's this thing gonna go? Back to $2 would be a 33x. Moonshot gamble would be $10, and that would be 100 and what is that? 170x. If you think it can hit $10. What's up to Hal? What's up, Joseph? Can I give you the Moon Boy projection on Vader? Your Moon Boy prediction. Vader AI. Let's see. Yeah, what is she doing? Yeah, see, this one's doing. I mean, this one had the double bottom with the lower high and took off. You're holding over the 236. You're bullish. Yeah, this thing's looking good right now. Yeah, these coins may be getting ready to go again because they're strong move up, the little pullback, cool off, bull flag, and then it's time to go. Moon Boy prediction for Vader. What is it at? 3 pennies. I honestly don't know what this. It depends on if they have all the coins in circulation. All these virtual coins. When virtual goes to the moon, these coins are going to absolutely go rip to the moon. So, $1 for a 30x. I mean, if these coins outperformed last time, like I've said many times, I remember when Cardano was huge and it was under $1 and it ripped up to just over $3. So, I mean, are these coins going to actually rip from 3 pennies to $3 into 100x? I guess that's your Moon Boy prediction. $3 for 100x. If not, if I had this coin, I'd get out at $1. Did XEN hit that double bottom? Yeah, I think XEN's bullish where it is. If it goes lower than it does, then it's just going to do what XEN does. All right, let me look at Giga and then we'll look at XEN again. But if you zoom out to the the monthly or the weekly chart on XEN, it simply looks like a large bull flag that's formed on the weekly candles. It's holding up, so I would imagine it should be the bottom on XCN. Giga is what I'm looking for. I mean, it looks like XCN looks like it's ready to go back up. But if it loses that 382 support, then what can I say? Yeah, Giga Chad doesn't look bad here either. It came back down, put in the macro bottom all the way back down. It's curling up, making higher highs and higher lows. This is a prime example. This market structure here. It just looks like these coins that look like this. It looks like it's ready for green candles to spawn in. Some large green candles to just spawn in. Yeah, Giga Chad doesn't look horrible here. It is back below the 382, so what we'll do is draw. We'll see what we're holding here. Yeah, so as long as you're above 165, you're bullish. That looks like where it's headed to. Put in a higher low once again. I mean, that could be it where it is, but that's your support right now, 1.6. And then once you get back over 2 pennies, you're bullish on the larger time frame. And then break out over 3.7 or 3.8. Giga Chat doesn't look bad at all. Is Giga still on Coinbase? What are you at? $0.015 at the moment. So a 50-cent Giga is going to be your 30x. And like I keep saying, I think these large meme coins are going to be easy 20x plays probably. Yeah, 35 cents would be your 20x. Let's see what we got here. Well, coins like Sol, Sui, ADA, and other popular coins. Oh yeah, everything's gonna go down in the bear market after we top out. After these things go to ridiculous market caps and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be pure death for the next 3 years. That's what we've been sitting through since this channel's been here. We're finally right at the end to where these things are about to start going up. But yeah, everything's gonna come back down. Even if XRP hits $10, it's coming back down. What did we say? Oh, XCN. What is XCN doing? Holding the 382, holding on for dear life. Yeah, I mean, it just remains. I don't know what's going to happen with XCN, but it's screaming bottom to me right now. But every time we stay down on XCN, it goes the other direction from what we want it to. But you're holding over the 382, double bottom in play. You did put in a double top with a lower high, so if it breaks below the 382 here, then it's not going up for a long time. It's going down, down. So just keep that in mind. This is a must-hold price for it. But like I said, when you zoom out, you're holding that 382. Just take that off of the screen. Let's just go ahead and get rid of our box for now. But clearly, the move up. So we're going to see if this little bull flag is going to play out. It's on must-hold support right now. If they can get back over 2 pennies, then maybe that'll tell us it's going back up. But it's not doing what it did here on these weekly candles, because you can clearly see it's holding that level. It's holding. It looks good. I mean, just looking at the chart, it looks like it should start going back up. It's gearing up to hit the 5.5 penny finally. Put in a higher high. Almost a 3.5x from here. What's up, Hood Rich? Vara. Yeah, I've always said if I had extra money, I would probably start buying into Vara, because, I mean, it's a layer 1, so if it's going to survive this bear market coming up, then, you know, it's going to have some sort of a pump when we start running, I would imagine. But I don't know. I wouldn't count on VAR to run hard this cycle. It could, but I don't think there's enough people talking about it, know about it. Is that the bottom? That's a good question. I believe VAR has so many coins to release still, but you know, it's a layer 1, so it takes time to establish itself. Like I said, I would only buy VAR if I was just looking to hold it for the future. Because at some point, if it survives and at some point in the future it's a good layer 1 project, then, you know, it'll go way up in price, but I don't think it's going to go up in price very soon. Or not much, you get it. But just keep it simple, high to the low. You have to get over 7.7. You're getting stuck right at the 236, and then back over a penny. If you're back over a penny, then there's some life back in it, and it's alive again. Be bullish short term, and then long term has to get over 2.5. But if that is the bottom on VAR, maybe she gets a 618 retracement this cycle. You get a 10x out of her up to 6.5, and then it's over. And it comes back down to a penny and consolidates for the next couple of years. What's up, Crypto Cano? What's up, Crypto Homes? Spa. Let me look at Spa real quick. Spa to the moon. Yeah, Spa's another good play. Yeah, it's doing what the rest of the market's doing, and we had a little V-shaped recovery depending on what time frame you look at. Bottom was put in on SPA. It's making higher highs and higher lows. It's just another coin that's curled up. It's over the 382 at 1.6. So it hasn't moved since the last time we looked at it, apparently. She's coming back down, but as long as you stay over the 382, or yeah, the 382, you can see it's a double 382. Low, high, 618, smacked into it at 22, and it's just coming back down. So as long as it stays over this 1.6 level, you're still bullish. But ultimately, on the macro chart, it's just doing what the rest of these coins are doing. Let me find. Hold on. But yeah, where's SPA gonna run to? I mean, if it stays curled up here, a higher high of the 1272, SPA could 40x out of here. 80 cents to $1. More conservative price would be 10 cents. Get your little 5.5x and get out. But to kind of answer your question, this is usually how it works. Like Cardano, the top was in, and then these are monthly candles, so it just goes down. It depends on what coin you buy. I mean, if your coin goes absolutely God candle mode, then it's probably going to go down really, really fast. It just depends on the coin. It's just when the top is in, it just goes back down. You think the bull run's going to come back, and it just keeps going down. That's just an example, but because I remember I got out of Cardano and Shiba pretty much at the top just because I wasn't going to hold to these ridiculous prices, and that was it. And I was like, wow, I'm glad I got out, because it was down from then on. And it was, everyone was still euphoric. Everyone was going to the moon. Hold your bags. Don't sell. Don't paper hand. We're going to the moon, and then it was over. Thinking of getting more spell. Wait, what chart are we on? Oh, man. Damn it. Yeah, you guys were looking at YouTube. Delayed YouTube. Damn it. Alright, what did we look at? Alright, we got it fixed. Yeah, that's happened before. SPA. Yeah, but like I was saying on SPA, now you can see it. We'll just forget Cardano. That's one of the reasons I hate going over to Deck Screener, because sometimes we forget to switch it back, and then it is what it is. SPA here. So SPA is holding up macro wise. You can clearly see trend held. We're over the 382. It's just a bullish macro chart here on SPA. It hit the 618. It's over the 382, but that's what everything's doing. We're hitting resistance and just pulling back. So you're sitting right now on the 0.5. So as long as you hold this 1.9 level down to 168 rather, you're still bullish on the macro to push right back up. But if SPA's gonna run for a higher high, and we're not at that point of the market yet to where we're going to the moon, you can clearly see that as your 618 retracement up to 46, 4.5 pennies. So a higher high would put you up here into 145% move from where you are, if you can hold over the 382. Maybe we got a decent run and you get a 5x up to 9-10 cents, and then we pull back and then we go up. What do we have, May? Yeah, we're like 5 months away from the top being in. 6 months away. Yeah, in 6 months, I think this is all going to be over. So you guys that have been buying these bottoms, we'll be looking at, and it's almost there. Spot to the moon, 1272 retracement. That's your 40x, 40 to 50x up to a dollar. Yeah, we got it fixed. Will shapeshift Fox exceed its all-time high? I don't know. There's so many coins. I highly doubt it. The same thing with SPA here. If you guys are loading up and you're bullish on SPA and you get a 40x out of here, then congratulations. Because not every coin is going to hit new all-time highs. It's not possible. I mean, but Fox just put it in the bottom. Fox doesn't look horrible here. I mean, if you're buying in now on Fox, then because the new all-time high is 120x from here to 350, possibly. I mean, it could just come up here and do a 40x, 45x, but I'm not gonna hold that long. If I had Fox, yeah, if I got a 618 retracement, which is very possible in a bull run, you know, especially for something like Fox, that would be your 8.5x to about 25 cents, and then about 46 to 50 cents. Yeah, 50 cents is going to get you a 17x, over a 17x. May ride it a little bit higher, maybe up to a dollar. Yeah, if I was holding Fox and it hit a dollar and I get a 35x, I'm out. Because there's no guarantee it's going to hit, you know, a new high. We lost it again. Yeah, we should be good. We should be good now. Just DCA'd into Moonwell, Ondo, and PNG today. Alright, let me pull up Spell really quick. How long have we been on here? Yeah, I believe Spell's at the bottom too. I mean, all these coins you guys are buying in on, Ondo, Moonwell, everything I think just put in macro bottoms. So if it's not already pumping, I guess this is not a bad idea to be buying more. Because like I said, we're like 6, maybe 7 months away from, you know, the top being in, hopefully. Yeah, looking at the macro chart for Spell, she's down here on the bottom. She's still even dipping down a little bit. Not a bad time to be loading up on Spell if you're bullish on it, which it's on my rollover list on Coinbase. So hopefully some of these coins wait for me. And going from the macro low to the high. Yeah, just textbook low high, 786 retracement. You're holding higher highs and higher lows. Just another textbook chart that's holding bullish. It's getting ready to run at some point. But like I keep saying, especially looking on the monthly chart here, you know, these monthly candles are going to slowly spawn in and start grinding us up. I think once we start moving up, I think this is the final bottom on everything. Because if we only have 6 to 7 months left, then that's only 7 more candles that could spawn in. And I would imagine 2 or 3 of those are going to be huge candles. So we're slowly running out of time. So looking at something like Spell here on the bottom, by the time this thing comes up and makes a higher high, if it's not all in one giant candle, which I don't think is going to happen right now, I think once it puts in a higher high, that's it. It's going to just keep going from there. There's just not enough time left. We're already, what, 4 days into May. It's going by fast. But yeah, it doesn't look bad here. Once you get over 2 pennies, this thing's bullish. Bull run over 006. That's your 10x from today on spell. But like you said, you're adding to your spell bag here, and it's potentially the bottom. And like I've been saying, spell to a penny. That's what I would get out. That'd be a 24x almost. QNT's looking good. Dang it, we went black again. Yeah, QNT's like ACH. They have very bullish macro charts. Once, just like I said with the monthly thing, I think once QNT's back over $100, it's too late to buy in. She up 5%. Oh yeah, she's moving back up from the bottom. So we'll see how it plays out. If we can get up over 100 and get a monthly candle closed over that, over this line here, then this thing's gonna start. That's gonna tell me that the market is starting to go up. Yeah, if QNT can break out here. But she is looking good right now. Is she at resistance? Let's look real quick. Going from the high to the low. Alright, we hit the 618 last time. You're smacking right into the 382. So if it can get over 88.5, 89, then you're bullish. Next stop up would be the 100 level. She's pushing right now. Alright, I gotta get caught up on the chat. Yeah, ZBCN broke over the 618. It's looking good. It looks like it's headed for the 786 now. So ZBCN's not in a bad spot right now. I should have bought into, man. Look at that. God. Down here, I should have bought in, and now look at it. I bought Beam, and Beam did nothing. Yeah, as long as you're over 1.8, another move. Yeah, she went up since we looked at it earlier. Damn. At least another 23-24% move to the 786 to put in a higher high. So that's going to be your resistance right now, as long as you're over 1.8. She does not look bad. Mog and Ondo. We got links for 5. I appreciate that, my man. It'll be bouncing here once things start moving. Yeah. That's why I don't care. I'm not even in anymore, but if the market goes up, at least the channel will survive. That's all I want right now. A little life for the channel. Ondo and Mog. Ondo to the moon. Let's see, Ondo. Yeah, Ondo's the same position. We've been looking at these. It seems like we've been talking about the same thing forever. The bottom is in. The bottom is in. You're over the macro 382. You're over the 236. So short term, once you get over $1, $3, $4, you're bullish again. But bullish over 86. And the bottom is in, like I said. But Ondo, well, all these coins, they're just, everything's curling up. And I think that's the final bottom for these things. Especially when we zoom out to the monthly chart. So you guys buying in right now, where we're barely bouncing off of some of these bottoms, this is it. Ondo to the moon. Ondo's going to be a big one. Now Ondo, if you're buying Ondo, you know, it may do a move like Solana did last time and just rock it out of here and do way over $20. But that's my target. I like the $20 to $25 on Ondo. I think it's very possible. So a 20x up to a 25, 26x. Mog, I think, put the bottom in also. All of these larger meme coins, Giga Chad, Mudang. Alright, Mog is the one that I don't like to chart on. I mean, it's a bullish chart. You came all the way back down. I mean, you hit the 382, you bounce, so you're still macro bullish over 3.0. It's simply getting stuck. Right at the 382, it looks like. Yeah, so some of these coins are trying to be bullish, but they're getting stuck right now. But we're also seeing some break out and hit the 618. Some are breaking the 618. So we're starting to move up a little bit. So clearly this one has to stay over 4.9. And then once you get up about 8.1, you're bullish again. Short term. And then Mog to the moon. I have no idea where Mog's going. Like I keep saying, 10 to 20x is probably on these large meme coins. So let's just see from that high to the low where that could possibly take us. So Mog to the moon. I appreciate the 5, by the way. That's awesome. Yeah, 20x would take you up here to 401 for about a 23x from today. I mean, these are weekly candles, so you would imagine when we flip bullish, it's probably going to go higher than that, just by looking at the chart. Once we're really in a bull run and these coins start taking off, some of them are going to go to ridiculous prices. A lot of good news for Jasmy. Price does not reflect the news. Yeah, Jasmy's getting stuck. Once Jasmy, I mean, if Jasmy breaks through the heavy resistance it's at right now, then that's just another thing telling me that we're bullish again. Because Jasmy came down to the macro bottom, put the bottom in, bounce. It's getting stuck at macro resistance right now. Once it gets through this red box, 1.6 up to 1.86, it's bull run time, I think. At least that's going to tell me it's the start of it once it finally breaks through here. But you say the news, like last cycle, I remember being in Shiba and Cardano and just all the bullish things that could happen, all the news, anything, and it never did anything. It doesn't matter. In my opinion, at least. But yeah, I appreciate the 5. We got You're Not a Moon Boy round tripping. I'll probably take a 6x on 20k. It still isn't any better than a stock market. Yeah, that's my thinking too. Once I get little 5-6x moves, if I ever get back in the market, I'm gonna just get out. I'm gonna get out and catch something that's not moving or just started to move. And I think we're in a good position here because we got so many macro charts we're watching, and we can clearly see, when these, just like Jasmy here, the best time to buy Jasmy is when it hit the 618 for the last time. And so many coins, quants, just everything. Ethereum just bottomed out. That's a real good sign that Ethereum finally bottomed out. Yeah, there's so many things telling me that we're about to start going up finally. Bear market's over. Hope you guys loaded up good enough. Damn. Ah, man. I kept telling myself too, I was going to load up and be ready this time, and look at me now. LCX, what's up, Oscar? LCX, yeah, LCX is another coin. LCX, PNG, all these coins bottomed. Our macro bottom box came into play. You're still stuck in a downtrend on LCX at the moment, so it has yet to break out. But you tag the higher low, you put the trend in play. Once you break this downtrend, which we've seen coins do a lot lately, Toshi, and I can't even remember the other ones, but it's only a matter of time before LCX potentially breaks out here. Low or higher to the low, once you get over pretty much 15 and then 18, you're bullish. And by then you'll know you're breaking to the upside. And we've seen this, the break, sometimes the back test, but they start putting in higher highs and higher lows, or just start, once this one finally starts to move, excuse me, it should do the same thing, start curling up to move up. But right now it's still bearish, but macro bullish, I would say, just macro bullish off the bottom. Like, what is the weekly MACD doing? Not quite crossed bullish yet, but it's getting there. So if you ever wanted to buy the bottom, in my opinion, on LCX before a bull run, this is it. If you haven't been buying in. Whiff and dogging me. Yeah, I just covered those two on the channel. Whiff, I don't remember what I said about whiff. Yeah, I wonder what happened to the dog with no hat coin that was on Solana. I owned it for a brief second. Yeah, whiff got stuck at the 236. She's coming back down, so we'll just keep it simple. Low to the high if you're going to try to stay bullish. But yeah, that's what I said on the whiff video. I mean, just looking at the weekly chart, 3-day chart, there's a good chance you're setting up for a double bottom with a higher low, especially looking on the weekly. This is your first part of the W, and then I don't know what's going to happen on whiff, but if you can't get over the level, if you fall below 5.1, then it puts in play, you know, a 20% drop, even down to 3.6 to put in that higher low. We've seen a lot of coins do. So she could go down easily 30%, and then that's the bottom. So if you see whiff down here, let me tighten this up just a little bit. Yeah, if we see whiff down here around 36, 35 cents, that's probably the bottom. And of course, whiff to the moon from where it is today, trying to hold bullish. It would be an 18.5, 19x up to 10 bucks. So maybe whiff to $10 to $15. Let's see. How many people we got in here? I forgot to look at that. Make sure you guys answer the poll. Hit the like button. 23. Not bad, I guess, for a Sunday. Not great, but yeah, dogging me's breaking down at the moment. So dogging me with some of these coins look like they got to come down a little more before they can go up, because we're clearly breaking our pattern here that we've been looking at on every live stream. And we said that if we can break over a certain level, she's going up. We break the 0.5, which we broke, you're coming down, and that puts in play down below the 382. Then you're getting another chance to buy in on dogging me, because it does have a very bullish overall chart. All the coins are in circulation, I think like 98%. Low market cap, so not a bad play on dogging me. But you could still drop 30%. That's your 618 level down here. Just like whiff, and then it goes up. Unless you clearly get back over 5, and then 5.3 here. And then whiff, or dogging me to the top of the fib, a penny and a half would give you a 48x from today. If it comes down here, it's going to turn it into like that's your 50x. From today, it's about a 35x. We got flip coins for 10. I appreciate that, my man. I appreciate that a lot. Myro and Seller Network. Myro and Seller. Yeah, let me pull Myro up. What happened? Yeah, it's like someone said before, it's going to be the dogs and the frogs. If you're loading up on dogs and frogs, then you're going to make it. Yeah, Myro got stuck on our box, 236 up to the 382 from the high to the low. So until we get back over 3, you're not bullish short term on Myro. It just lost the bottom again. I do believe the bottom is in though on Myro. I think a penny is the bottom. And it's doing the same thing whiff is doing right now. So if you're looking to add to your Miro position, we're coming down to the 382 on this one, just like whiff. So if 2 does not hold, and it's either a 618, more likely than not, or a 786 retracement, so a 30% to a 40% drop. So if you see Miro back down to 1.3 or 1.6, either of those levels is not bad to buy in, because the macro bottom is in on Miro. Clearly, it's just setting up right now. It's setting up this bullish market structure, and then it's just going to rocket out of here. And we're looking at weekly and monthly candles. So over the next couple of weeks, maybe over the next month, we're going to bottom out again, and then we're going to go up. So maybe this is all telling us that unless your coin's already pumping up, which, we're getting a lot of coins stuck at the 618, so maybe we're about to start going down. I don't know. At least for a little while in some of these coins, and then we go up. But yeah, Miro is going to rocket to $1, $1.25, 1272 is a 54, 55x. Miro is going to be a beast when it finally moves. But right now, if it holds 2, you're still bullish. Any lower than that, then it's going to drop. Seller. Yeah, let me pull up Seller. I got to go check on my son. He's here alone with me this weekend. He's very quiet in there. Yeah, Seller broke the trend and then back tested it perfectly, and then just fell off the table. Damn, it just put in a lower low. Is that the bottom on this thing? Ah, man. See, looking on the monthly on this one, you're holding this level. I would have to say the bottom is in. I mean, these coins could always go lower. Let's see on the macro monthly chart for Seller Network. You're going completely sideways. Yeah, you're holding over the 618. You're holding that macro level there. So it just looks like the bottom is in on Seller Network here. So to see if that is the case, clearly once this thing gets back up, big price to beat. If we pull this up, it's going to be that 618. If this thing can get over 5.5 cents, then it's going to fly. But let's see what kind of damage that is first. So definitely a 618 retracement. That's a 6x on an old coin like Seller. So if it came up to the 618 and it's hitting all this resistance, I'm getting out, even if we're going to the moon. But if it ends up breaking over that, then it could be more bullish than we think. High to the low, you're down below the 236. So as long as you're below 9.6, the bottom is not in. But like I said, it looks like the macro bottom should be in where you're holding. And then what we'll do is go to the daily chart here. Yeah, I wish I could stay on here and just stream all day, because the longer I stream, the more revenue I get, more views I get. So Seller, keeping it simple from the low to the high. All right, you're right on the 382 right now. So any lower than this 0089, then you're no longer short-term bullish, and it's going to retrace all the way back down possibly, and maybe even go lower. So if it loses this, you're not bullish, and if it comes down and hits the 618 and breaks below 8, then you run the risk and you have a real shot at hitting a lower low. But like I said, looking on the macro chart, it should be the bottom, but we'll see. I mean, that's all we can really do. Let's try to catch the bottoms. And then if this one can break through, where's the price at? Oh, all the way down here. If this one can break through and you think it's going to hit a higher high, let's see, the 786 retracement would be your 10x up to 9 to 10 cents. And then your moonshot's going to be all the way up here to 50 cents at a 50x. A 55x. Like I said, that's probably not going to happen. You can't believe people haven't opened a crypto coffee shop. Maybe there is one. I don't know. So if ZBCN goes to a new high, that means it's going back down. I mean, if ZBCN goes to a new high right now, like it goes to the 3 to 4 cents where we're thinking, it's probably over. Because you will get coins that will run early. We will get coins that are going to run early, top out, and they're done. Because people are going to move from that, all that money they made, and they're going to go into all these other coins that aren't moving or still running. Because people are going to chase green candles. So if something goes to some, people's target, whatever that target may be, people are going to sell. People are going to, of course, with the community, hold their bags for the next 4 years. But the smart money is going to get out, and that's going to be the top. And it's going to slowly come down while people are still buying in, thinking we're going to the moon because we're still bullish. And then that's how you end up holding the bag. Don't be a bag holder, Kara. Make sure you have targets in mind. What's up, Hatish? Yeah, Fwog on Soul is another good one. DGB is a late runner. Yeah, I think ACH, Digibuy, all those all the older coins. If we don't clearly see them running, they're probably going to run at the end. Dogecoin's probably going to run at the end, at the very end. When Doge is going to the moon, when Doge is over $2, that's when you know the market's about to top out. Especially if Doge is over $2 in November and Bitcoin's at whatever it's going to be at. We're going to be here and we're going to be like, it's time. Doge is where it needs to be. It's time to everyone to get out. Because at that very end, that's when the biggest move is going to happen. The very end, the biggest move is just going to happen and it's all over. And everyone's going to be screaming bull market to the moon. Bitcoin to 200K. And people are going to FOMO into the green candles because people are making money left and right, and then it's just over. PNG and GFI. Alright, let me pull PNG up and then I gotta go check on my son. And what time is it? It's coming up on 4. PNG. I do have to take my kids home today, so won't be that long of a stream today, but we'll see. Yeah, PNG. Let's pull this up and then let me go see what he's doing, see if he needs anything. I'll be right back. You guys hang out, hit the like button, answer the poll, and chat. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. What are we looking at? Uh, he says coffee mugs available for the shop. Yeah, I forgot. I always forget about the shop. But yeah, no one's ever bought anything. I don't even remember how to even get back to the shop and log into it. It's somewhere, but what's up, Slava, my man? How you doing? That's Slava in the house. What were we looking at though? PNG and GFI. Yeah, PNG here is still getting stuck right at the macro 382. And then if we go simply from the high to the low on PNG, yeah, right at the 236. So 14, and then pretty much over 18, you can be bullish again on PNG. But like we've been saying, another coin that put the macro bottom in, and it held the 382, and it's still down here. It hasn't even moved. So if PNG breaks down below 11, then it's not going to go up for a long time, and that may be it. So I do believe the bottom is in. Once you can get back over 15.5 and then 18, you're bullish. And then PNG to the moon. Come on. PNG to the 786 retracement would be my target. That's your 10x up to $1.30. And if it goes higher than that, 45 to 50x up to $6-7 maybe. But personally, if it got $1.30, maybe $2 would be the top. It'd be a 15x. And if you want a moonshot on PNG, $26-30 would be 180 to a 200x. Which PNG is not bad. They have all the coins in circulation. People know about PNG to a degree, so PNG may surprise us. But I do think the bottom is in. And GFI, another coin-based coin. What did GFI do? Yeah, GFI came back down, hit the trend line, 786 final support, so it looks like the macro bottom is in. Our red box is here. I don't know why that red box is there, so I'm just going to move it. But it's getting stuck at it clearly. You're over the 3-2, so short term, you're bullish and you're holding here, as long as you're over 81. And of course, bullish into the moon once you get over about 195, 196. That's when this thing's going to be bullish. But PNG or GFI hasn't moved, just like PNG. Well, I guess it moved a little bit. A 786 retracement is going to be a 16x up to $14 to $15. And a higher high from this high. Fog is on crypto.com along with Dog and Me. But the frogs and the dogs, oh, she doesn't look good. Is the bottom in? I don't know. We'll see if the bottom is in. It lost the support again at 5. So on the macro, until fog gets over 8.5 pennies, you're not bullish. And right now, until you get back over 5, the bottom is not in. Then we'll go to the daily chart. Let's see where she got. We'll just see where she's going to find support at. Support to stay bullish. Oh, you're right on it right now. So any lower than 4.4, then it's probably coming down to, I mean, you're putting in higher highs and higher lows. It looks like you're holding a trend right now, so this may be it. Yeah, you're holding the trend up. So I'd have to imagine if it's not going to break down, this should be it. Any lower than 4.4, then you're breaking the trend, and it's probably going to come all the way down here and drop 25%. But it looks like it should be the bottom. Bottom on fog, everyone pile in. Life is great. Oh man, that's good. I wish I could say that. I'm far, far away from saying life is good, life is great. It's good because I have my kids, but everything else sucks. What's up, AMG? How you doing? Yeah, I hope we do too. Just for the channel's sake, I want the market to go up for you guys. It has been exhausting. Exhausting and depressing for too long. It's really been depressing. Not only the market, not only the channel, but just things in life is just too old for this. Someone save me. Get out of here. Fog, but other than that, I guess nothing else is moving, huh? ZBCN looks good right now. Bitcoin's still holding. Ethereum's finally starting to go up. It's just a waiting game at this point. Yeah, because I mean, even XPR here, it potentially broke out. It's doing nothing unless we want to say it's still stuck. I guess we'll say it's still stuck as long as you're below 4. If you get over 4, you can be bullish again. Zora. Zora, what is this one? Alright, time to change the music. But like I've been saying in the stream here today, it's been exhausting and depressing, but we're getting there. If November's the top, then we got about 6 months left. What the hell is this coin doing? This coin clearly broke down. 4-hour time frame, high to the new low. She's going sideways, so maybe the bottom is in here. Yeah, I would say, I don't know where you can buy this this coin at, but it looks like it's trying to put in a floor here. Doesn't look horrible. So short term, if it can get over 14, 1.4, penny and a half, then you're bullish again. And then 618,236 there. Macro bullish over 2. It is a 4-hour chart though, so just be careful. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad for a bottom. We need to get some volume coming back in. This thing's going to take off out of here. Yeah, that's not even a big move. So a new high on this one would be 1272 for 4.5x up to 5.5 pennies. And if it goes through that, it's probably gunning for 10 cents. 10 cents would be an 8x. Maybe it's going higher than that. I don't know what this coin is, but if it can hit 14 cents, that would be your 10x, 11x. Oh man. If you get millions on Kaibo Shib, I got you. I appreciate the thought. Start going fishing. It's not about fish, it's about peace and quiet and finding what makes you happy and brings you joy. Oh, I know that. I fish with my kids all the time. It's just when you're lonely and you're poor, it gets hard sometimes. We've all been there. I'm just there right now, so. Zora's on Coinbase. Yeah, I can't wait for the market to wake up and you guys start making money and people start piling back in here. It's going to be good times. That'll cheer me up a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my kids. It's just, what is Soul doing? Solana, is she moving back up? Soul to the moon. Yeah, there's nothing to say. Everything's doing the same thing. We got a little V-shaped recovery on everything. It's just we're gonna see if we're gonna get follow through or not. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be here before we know it. You're getting stuck at the 382 on Soul, so if Soul needs to get over 147, 148 to be bullish again. It looks like it's trying to hold. Breakout over 193. But I still think we're gonna have a nice, decent run. I still think $700 on Solana is very doable. I know not all people agree with that, but Solana to 700 to $1,000. That would be your 4.5x, and then about a 7.5x. That would make it go higher than that. It's holding up very well here. Can you guys imagine if we already had the bull run? It's since we made a higher high before the halving and we ran from October of 2023 on a lot of coins. What if that was it? We had an early bull run and we didn't even know it. That would be messed up. You were going fishing but ended up looking for rocks. Z-Beck. ZBCN, what is she doing? She's pushing. She's looks like she's headed for the 786 retracement. Because we've been saying this on it. If we can get up here and get a candle closed, a 3-day candle closed over it, which we did, and now we're holding the 618 at 1.8. So next stop up is about another 23-24% move to 2.4. So she's holding up nicely here. Z-Beck's going pretty much straight up. Oh my god. That's because I didn't buy it. I bought Beam instead. So Z-Beck did that. Just to put it in my face. But yeah, you're over that level, so Z-Beck should be headed up to the higher high here. If it breaks through 2.4 and continues, you know, we'll see what happens, but she's looking really bullish right now. Yeah, maybe the coins will hold and then ETH will move and then all the other altcoins will start going up. That would be nice. But yeah, I don't see, we can't have a bull run unless ETH runs, but ETH finally bottomed out, I think. So it's on the move a little bit. It's going in the right direction finally. Toshi, the face of base, let's go. What's up, Stormtrooper? Toshi. Yeah, Toshi's going to be a winner. Toshi. But yeah, I mean, if you're not running like ZBCN right now, then you're doing this exact move. Damn, I can't regret things that don't happen, but it's hard to look back and know I didn't buy ZBCN when I should have. So Toshi, yeah, you had the downtrend break. You're over the 236. Once you get over the 78632, you're bullish, and then back over the 618 previous high at 85. Then you could possibly have a breakout for a higher high. But Toshi overall is holding the trend, holding the higher highs, higher low structure. It just looks good. Toshi's gonna absolutely rip out of here. What is she at? 003, 004 almost. Yeah, 1 to 2 cents would be a good decent run. 1 penny would be a 25x on Toshi. 2 pennies would be a 48, 49x. Which one do you feel has more potential between Cookie Dow and Spa? Probably Cookie. Toshi and Dogami to billions. Yeah, not bad choices. Toshi and Dogami are going to rock it out of here. I would say Cookie because Cookie's new. But that's not financial advice. Come on. Where's it at? Yeah, Cookie has an overall bullish chart. She's not bullish yet, short term, but I would just, yeah. If I had to pick between buying one of those, I would buy Cookie. First index and data layer for AI agents. Yeah, just to hit a higher high and not even really do anything is to come up here to $1.66 and get your 10x, and it's probably going to go way higher than that. Yeah, if this is still correct, it's pretty much a 10 billion market cap on Cookie would take you up to what, $4? 25x. Kibshi. Yeah, is this on any good exchange where you could buy it? Yeah, it's doing like the rest of the market right now. But it's potentially setting up just like WIF and these other coins. They're setting up for these bottoms, double bottoms with higher lows. So yeah, it looks like we're getting close to these coins rocketing out of here, at least to a degree. Sitting right on the 0.5, so it could still come down and hit a 618 or 786 retracement. But, you know, more time to buy in. What would it do if it just hit a 618? Yeah, 786 retracement would give you your 9x. Yeah, if people are going to buy this coin, then I don't see why it wouldn't just shoot up to the top. You may get a 50x out of this thing, if not more. I think the market has already priced in the FOMC meeting this week. Despite the hype, the market is slowly dipping. ACS and Marinade. ACS. Yeah, there's nothing bullish on ACS. I covered it on the channel today. It's doing like the rest of the market. We're trying to get a little bounce here, but ultimately, if you're not setting up for a double bottom, you're just doing nothing. Hit the 0.5, 382. It's making lower lows and lower highs across the board on the macro, of course. So we'll see if this is the bottom. Not bullish until you get over this 16.7 level. Bottom is in as long as you stay over 1.3. Let me see the monthly. I mean, not a bad monthly looking candle. We'll see. I mean, I would have to say it should be the bottom, but you have to get over those levels. And then, of course, on the macro, you have to get back over the 382 where we got stuck last time at 0035, and then you can be bullish on it again. Access protocol, like every coin's not going to do a 50x, so if that's the bottom, a 618 retracement to 008 would be your 5x, and then a 9.5x up to a penny and a half. So I mean, is this thing actually going to come up here to 7.5 cents and do a 48x? I don't know. Yeah, did we do the short term? I think we did. Yeah. But that shorter price you have to get over to be bullish short term. And then Marinade. What is Marinade doing? What are we on? This is the weekly chart? Jesus. I mean, it doesn't have a horrible chart. It's making higher highs and higher lows on the macro. So is that the bottom is the question. So we broke the previous trend. Let's get that out of the way. Excuse me. Let's pull this one over just so we can see. So you're over the 382 on Marinade. You're holding macro structure here. Yeah, you're holding over the 618. So it looks good over 8.1. It looks almost like the cookie chart. And then really quick, high to the low on Marinade. Yeah, it looks once this thing gets over the 0.5786, then you'll have something here. Breakout confirmed over 28. Macro bullish over 17. Come on. And then Marinade to the moon. What are we at? 9 cents. So a new high on this one, if that's going to happen next. On Marinade would take you up to 92, probably $1. And that's where you get a 10x. My computer's being slow. So possibly a 12x to a new high, and then if it's going to go higher than that, $1.40 up to $2.50 for a 30x. What's up, Joe? How are we doing? We're still doing the same. We're stuck. Market's not moving. Still overall bullish, just because we're seeing all these macro bottoms being put in. We're just not at that point to where we're running. Yeah, it's just a waiting game at this point. The only thing running, I think, right now, I guess ZBCN's the big winner for the week. It's been going up ever since I clicked the other button. It was either Beam or ZBCN, and I bought Beam. Yeah, Beam's looking, I mean, ZBCN's looking really bullish here. Finally got the 3-day candle over and closed and holding. So we're going to wait and see if this thing's going to bust through the 786 here. Spike above, what is that, 2? We will see what happens. All right, how long we been here? 93 minutes. Let me make sure I covered the super chats. Okay, yeah, there's only 2. Yeah, I'm gonna end the poll. Gonna have to end this soon because I gotta start getting ready to scoop up all the kids and take them all home. 49 votes. I appreciate the votes. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I will be back on here tomorrow, and with no kids, probably be a much longer stream for the next couple of days. And hopefully, you know what, tomorrow's Monday, so hopefully maybe we start moving tomorrow. Yeah, you guys are all going to be excited, and there's going to be people piling in here. New people are going to flood in, and it's going to be crazy times. It's going to be fun, but it's also going to be a little bit stressful. But it's going to be good. You guys are going to make money left and right. All right, but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here today. None of this was financial advice. It's entertainment only. Excuse me. You know, what entertainment we can have with the market being the way it's being. But yeah, I always appreciate you guys being in here. None of this is financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.